Oh my God, okay, this is real life, the truth. I went out to this club in Long Beach. So we were out, and one of my things that I do, one of my pickup things, you guys can take it if you want. When you see girls taking selfies, and they're trying to, and they're like, oh no, that one, you moved, and you're overhear it, and my homies are here, and I'll just walk over and be like, hey, you guys want me to take that for you? And then they're usually like, yeah, totally. And then so I'm taking the pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, this one looks good. Conversation piece, icebreaker. It's awesome. Yeah. Meanwhile, they're in a booth, a cul-de-sac. Yeah. And they're just taking the selfie. So I took it for them. And they're like, hey, do you want to come hang out with us? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And the one that I really liked, she was really pretty. So I sat with them, taking pictures. And we ended up really hitting it off. My homie came back, he's like, dude, we gotta head out of here. So we exchanged numbers, and I kissed her on the cheek. Nothing, I didn't want to be too forward, and her friends are there, so you want to play it smooth.
Yeah.
So I left. I invited her to a party later on, and I went to meet her at the corner with my friend, and she said she was bringing a girl, or she said she was bringing a friend, so you assume girlfriend. So we look down the road, and we see this girl, she's walking like this, right? Literally.
Yeah.
And this dude's next to her, and I'm not thinking anything of it. I think I was like, whoa, is that some crack girl? What's going on? And as they're getting closer, I'm like, she looks really familiar. Here, it was that girl. And she was with her cousin or whatever, I guess, who takes care of her, and she had cerebral palsy. Wow. But she never mentioned it when I was at the thing, and she had never stood up. So I didn't know, and I was like, oh my God. It was really a weird feeling, it's a funny story.
Stuff going through your head.
Right, it's a funny story, you can kind of giggle about it, but then at the same time, I was like, oh, this is messed up. So I still took her over, tried to show her a good time. She's like, you're acting different than the other night. And I was thinking in my head, you're different than the other night. You didn't tell me this. So it's it was crazy. Yeah, it was a hard one.
Sort of getting catfished, but
right,
no
but
harm,
in real
no
life.
Foul. It's
right. So now when I meet a chick, I'm like, can you stand up, do a little twirl for me,
Of course I can.